So what kind of objections are you hearing over the phone right now as you're calling expireds?
You know what? Not as many as you would think. I should actually get this out. Hold on. I kind of figured out expireds based on this flow chart that I put together. I'm not
Nice.
like a techie flow chart guy, okay? Like whatsoever.
Yeah.
But the way that I figured this thing out, you do the intro, you come down to get the commitment from the seller. Then from there, they either say yes or no. And based upon the yes or no is where you go. If they say yes, you directly go into your close. So the way that I look at it here is about 80% of the conversation that you put together is skill based, not even skill based. It's asking the proper questions right off the
Mhm.
bat. The 20% comes to be the objections that come up in play. But realistically, how many objections do you really get?
It's always the same ones.
It's the same 3 to 5.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to a brand new episode of Vulcan 7 Coaches and Mentors, where we bring you some of the best tips and strategies so that you can implement in your business immediately. Now, if you're watching this, if maybe you're lacking a little bit of confidence when it comes to calling, maybe you're getting discouraged because you're hearing just way too many no's over the phone and you think maybe calling just doesn't work, then you'll definitely want to stick around, take a piece of paper out, a pen, because today's guest is going to share with us exactly how he gets through these situations. Now, today's guest is a very familiar face. So with that being said, I want to bring on Aaron Wittenstein. So Aaron, welcome.
What's going on? It's so weird being on this side of the this side of the curtain, if you will. So what's going on? How are you?
Yes, I'm doing great. So for everyone that's watching that maybe is not familiar or hasn't seen your roadmap episodes, go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so my name is Aaron Wittenstein, if you couldn't figure that out. I've been an agent now for 23 years. I sold in Illinois, New York for 10 years, and I was the crazy person to then rebuild my business for the third time in Florida. So I'm now in Florida. I've been here for a little over a year, a little licensed for a little under a year. I'm active in the business. I focus on expireds. Expireds are my thing. So it's a fun business, and how can I put it? It's like I don't know. It's like I'm not used to it if I don't pick up the phone in the morning. Okay,
Yeah.
every single morning I pick up the phone and I make phone calls. Otherwise, I feel like I didn't shower. It's really kind of weird. So
Yeah, I bet it almost feels like you're not being productive. So it's kind of already
exactly,
a part of your routine.
100%, 100%.
So I know that before we press record, you were mentioning how today was one of those days that you just got so many no's and you haven't had this type of response in a long time, right?
That is right. That is right. I mean, I talk to agents all day long about getting through the nose and getting through I don't think it's rejection. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
I don't believe in rejection because the reality of it is we're calling people that don't know who we are and have no reason for us to call them. So like let's say that I go out and someone's like you're ugly, I don't want anything to do with you. That's being rejected. Okay, that's being rejected. But speaking to someone on the phone that hangs up, that's not rejection. You know what I mean? That's just maybe getting someone at the wrong time. And I'm a firm believer. I don't know. Lloyd, are you a numbers person by chance? Like, do you kind of do you believe in
Yeah.
numbers? Okay, okay. I'm a huge in
Yeah.
my old age of 42 years of age. I'm a huge numbers person. And like today, I got a lot of no's. All right, I got a lot of no's, but I know they all average out because
Mhm.
when I look at the actual numbers that I do, theoretically, I should speak to 20 people an hour. I speak to 20 people an hour, you multiply that by 5, that's 100 people a week. My rate right now on appointments is getting 1 out of every 33 contacts I get an appointment. All right, so 1 out of 33 I get an appointment. Out of those 3 appointments, 1 will cancel on me or disqualify. The other one, and then I convert at 50%. So as long as I'm speaking to 6 to 7 people per hour, I lead generate 40 weeks a year. That's 40 listings taken throughout the year. Average price point of $15,000. Multiply that, go from there. So it's not all about the nose. It's about knowing your numbers
Mhm.
and really diving into that and figuring out like here's what it is. You had a bad day. I'll have a good day tomorrow. It's really not the end of the world.
And I'm glad that you're bringing up the numbers because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of agents listening to this that they're like, oh, well, Aaron said this number, so I just need to call 100 people a week and I'm going to get 40 listings. However, I think it's very important to mention your skills
Mhm.
because tell everyone how long you've been doing it, how long you've been doing this, how often do you practice, what hours you do, like all of that.
So I've been calling. Like I said, I'm an expired guy. I've been doing it since late 2013 is how long I've been calling expireds for. Average lead generate 5 days a week, 3 hours a day. Okay. Role play scripting practice. I try to get in 10 to 15 minutes a day if I can. With kids and schedules, it's hard to do that. Yet, like I said, even with the people that I personally teach, I am on the phone with them. I'm on the phone every morning at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm pushing 15 hours a week right now.
So you're on the phone at 8 o'clock. Are you just
Mhm.
calling expires, or are you also calling for sale by owner or circle prospecting, or what does that look like?
I focus predominantly on expireds. I've always enjoyed expireds the most. I tip my toes into the for sale by owner realm, if you will. Not my biggest thing in the world. I have taken listings though from calling for sale by owners. So, but expireds are what I really enjoy working with.
So what kind of objections are you hearing over the phone right now as you're calling expireds?
You know what? Not as many as you would think. I should actually get this out. Hold on. It here. Can I show you something kind of cool that I put
Yes,
together?
go ahead.
Can I show you this? I kind of figured out expireds based on this flow chart that I put together. I'm not
Nice.
like a techie flow chart guy, okay, like whatsoever.
Yeah.
But the way that I figured this thing out, and like I said, this is so like rudimentary. It's a good word. I never use that word in a sentence ever in my entire life. But it's You get you do the intro, you come down to get the commitment from the seller. Then from there, they either say yes or no. And based upon the yes or no is where you go. If they say yes, you directly go into your close. So the way that I look at it here is about 80% of the conversation that you put together is skill based, not even skill based. It's asking the proper questions right off the
Mhm.
bat. The 20% comes to be the objections that come up in play. But realistically, how many objections do you really get?
It's always the same ones.
It's the same 3 to 5. And once you figure, like, do you have a buyer? I wish I did. That would make both of our lives a lot easier. We don't want to sell, not now or not ever. Interest rate stuff, that's a condition, in my opinion. That's not an objection. So there's only a few that wind up coming through to, that makes sense to me.
So as you've been making calls all these years,
Mhm.
were you always confident in the beginning, or how did you get to the point that you're like, I'm just going to call because if I don't call, I feel like I'm not doing anything.
No, it takes time. It takes time to get there. And the funny part right now is that my skill set has never been greater. I'm pretty good at what I do right now, but based on the market being new and figuring out all the nuances of Florida, the results may not be there yet, is the best way to put it. A New York market versus a Florida market are two like totally different things. Yet the thing is that you need to be able to remain fluid with what you're saying, because what may work today, because there's it's not, you know this, it's not just what you say,
Mhm.
it's how you say it as well. And we need to make sure that our tonality is right, our pitch is right, all that type of stuff. And that's what I'm teaching myself a lot more lately, is not just what to say, it's how to say it. Especially here, when you have where I'm located, you have people from the Northeast, from the West Coast, from the Midwest. It's such a dynamic of people, that are here.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you're mentioning. Obviously, you relocated. There's probably agents that are watching this that have moved to a new market.
Mhm.
So, for you, can you kind of share how did you tackle on starting in Florida, and where did you start? Did you start with neighborhoods, or you just got Vulcan Seven and let's call it expireds?
I just continued doing what I always did. You know what I mean? Because like I said, being in New York was a different animal. They put a lot of restrictions on what we're able to do in New York. Being here in Florida, like I said, it's different here. There's a lot more competition here in Florida, than I'm accustomed to, which is fine. You just need to increase your skill set, because the better that you are, how can I put this? The better that you come off, the better you are. It's not, and it's also part of it is just being at the right place at the right time and just doing the activity, knowing the results will follow.
Okay. So I want to do a quick role play
Sure,
where you're the agent, I'm an
sure.
expired, and let's just give everyone here a little show. Let's see what you got.
Oh no. Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me put my expired face on. Okay. All right. All right. Ring ring.
Hello.
Hi, my name is Aaron. I'm a realtor. I got to ask, how in
I
the
already
world?
got so many calls this morning. I'm not looking to sell.
Sure, no, no, real quick. How in the world did that place not sell?
My last agent said that the home could sell in 60 days, but then I guess interest rates went up, and now I'm just getting bombarded by a whole bunch of annoying realtors since like 7 o'clock this morning.
Sure, I get it. I get it. Well, if you still could sell, would you sell?
I don't know at this point. It would have to be like a crazy good offer for me to even consider it.
Sure, sure, sure. So, ironically, I'm actually going to be in your neighborhood tomorrow around 4 o'clock. Would you be offended if I stopped by to take a quick peek?
You know what? I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste your time coming by. I've had like three other agents that have told me the same thing,
Sure,
and I'm sure you want to come and get a listing, but I'm just not
sure.
looking to get another agent right now.
I get it. I'm not looking for a commitment here, just an appointment. Okay. And I guess the true question is if you were still able to get your number in the next 30 days, would that pose a problem for you?
No, but that's what the last agent said,
Hmm.
and my husband and I were just so disappointed, and
Sure,
plus we don't even know if we would be able to get our next house now, just
sure,
because the interest rates have gone up. So I don't know. I have to talk to my husband.
sure. How long have you been married for?
For 10 years.
10 years. Yeah, I'm pushing 15 right now. And if your relationship is anything like mine, my wife just puts things on the calendar. I'm expected to show up. Let's do this. Let's go ahead, get something on the calendar for tomorrow at 3. If it doesn't work out, you can let me know and we can go from there. Does that sound fair?
I don't want to promise you anything.
Like I said, I'm not looking for a commitment, just an appointment.
Okay. Well, when you come, like, are you gonna bring stuff
Mm,
or
I
what?
can leave everything in the car, whatever makes you feel most comfortable.
You know what? At this point, just text me your information
Sure.
and let me talk to my husband. If he agrees, then I'll just give you a call and let you know to come.
Got it. Okay. So is this the best number to text you at right here?
Yes.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Okay. Let's say theoretically, I come by the house, we put together a plan that makes sense for you and your family. Okay. And it makes sense. We can get you in this place, get you out of the other place. Wouldn't it at least make sense for us to sit down for 7.5 to 12.5 minutes to see how that works out for you?
It wouldn't hurt, but look, let's do this. If you have a
Mhm.
buyer, I'd be more than happy to work with you. But at this point, I just don't. We don't want to interview agents right now.
Sure. No, I get it. I get it. And I wish I had a buyer that would make our lives both a lot easier. Now, so the thing is that would you want how can I put this? Because like I said, I sense like frustration. You know what I mean? Is that if we would you rather have one buyer or multiple buyers?
Multiple buyers would be great.
Okay. Okay.
But we just didn't get that activity last time, so I'm just like really disappointed.
I know, I know. And unfortunately, all agents are not created equal. Okay. I know we don't know each other, yet what I do is I specialize in selling properties. They're on the market for extended periods of time without selling. Okay. If you were to Google me, look me up. I'm nationally known for helping people sell training agents to do exactly what I'm doing. Okay. And like you said at the beginning, and like I said, I'm saying if because there's no guarantee, if I was able to get you your number, it would at least make sense to have a conversation. Wouldn't you agree?
Um, I guess, it sounds like I don't have anything to lose, right?
Yeah.
It's not like you're gonna hold a gun to my head and tell me to sign anything.
No, 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 no. I don't do. I'll bring some donuts. We'll bring a couple glazed donuts and some coffee with or something too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we like donuts.
Okay, sounds good. Bring donuts. See you tomorrow. Whatever I said before. Look forward to meeting you.
Okay, awesome.
Thank you. Oh, you're trying to give me a heart attack over here? My gosh. Oh my gosh. That was good. That was fun.
Yeah, no, I think I wanted to say what I said because
Yeah.
that's kind of like what people will encounter.
Hmm.
And I think you've even said before in some of your videos on your YouTube channel, which by the way, everyone the his links are below. You got to be hard when you're role playing because when you're actually making the calls, they're probably not going to be this hard. But if you're ready, it's going to be like a breeze.
Yeah, that was I want to role play with you more often. That was fun. Oh my gosh. I'm sitting here and I'm like I can't make myself look bad and not close right now, But no, that was really good. Thank you. That was really fun. Thank you very much, Loida.
Yes, no, I loved everything you said, the tonality. You even brought in the humor, which I think that was funny. What kind of threw me off was when you asked me, how long I had been married for, which I think a lot of agents, that's another way for you to start creating some type of conversation or rapport.
Yeah.
So I think that was awesome.
Thank you. That's like my favorite one that I've ever come up with because it's
Yeah.
like, how long you been married for? Yeah. If your relationship is anything like mine, which is true, my
Yeah.
wife just throws stuff on my calendar. I'm expected to show up. And they're like, well, I get it. You're right. And it works really well.
Yeah, I wanted to laugh when you said that because I was not expecting it. It kind of threw me off.
Yeah.
So awesome. I hope that everyone that listens to this, they'll probably have to rewind and rewatch it and write down some notes. Yes. So when it comes to, tonality or
Mhm.
everything that we just kind of even went over in this role play, how can an agent that's maybe not so skilled start getting into that, learning about tonality and communication and being like an active listener so that they can be like on their toes?
Get in touch with me. I mean, I don't. Here's the thing: is like I don't know where to find it because I kind of taught myself how to do it. Um, the thing, like you got your upswings and like if you look at my
Yeah.
intro that I use, it's like, "Hi, my name is Aaron. I'm a realtor." You know what I mean? Downswing. I got to ask real fast: how in the world did that home not sell? Up, down, because as we know, an upswing shows curiosity, if you will, and a little confusion, and then downswing shows authoritative. All right.
Mhm.
And then you got to be able to mirror and match based upon the way they respond to that question. Okay. And then you have to know when to be firm and when to not be firm. And there's so much that comes into play with it. It's just, I don't want to say practice, but it's a lot of practice.
Yes. And with that, tell us about your coaching or your programs or whatever you have so agents can get in touch with you.
Sure, sure. I do a lot. I coach a handful of agents across the country right now. I'm really proud. One of my guys just took his fourth listing the other day, so we're working together for like
Nice.
6 weeks. It's so much fun. You know what I mean? To help others. I coach 10 agents across the country. The way that I look at it is when I teach other agents how to do the things that I'm doing and I don't do them, I look like a hypocrite. So by helping others, it helps me grow my business. And everything that that I preach, I practice.
Awesome. And we're going to make sure to put your link in the description box.
Yes.
And last question I'm going to ask you.
Mhm,
Let's say that there's an agent watching this. They're getting a late start. Maybe, I don't know, they've been slacking January, but they're like, you know what? I need to get it together. What
mhm.
do they need to do immediately to get the ball rolling?
You got to sign up for Vulcan 7, number one, okay, because you got to have the data in place. If you don't have the data, it means nothing, okay? If you don't, I'm going to repeat that again. If you don't have the data, it means nothing. That's it. First thing. And then the second thing is action. You need to get into action. I don't care if you have call reluctance. I don't care if you're worried. I don't care if you got hung up on a lot of times before. You have to have action because without by doing the activity, the results will follow. Yet without doing the activity, there's no results to be had in the first place. Will it take time to produce them? Yes. But every now and then you come across a slam dunk, you make $25,000 and things are good, but you got to get the data. You got to get the data.
There you go. So you heard it from Aaron. So with that being said, Aaron, thank you so much for being on today's episode. We got to
Thank
do
you.
this again, another role
Yes,
play session. I
I'm
might be
so
a little
game.
tougher, but we got to keep on testing you.
You can't get tougher than what you just did on me. That was like that was oh, yes, we're going to connect after this, okay?
Okay. All right. All right, everyone. Thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next one.
Take care guys.
Bye.
Thank you.